ठीक है। हाँ जैसे
हाँ मुझे बता दिए। अभी तो मैंने तो खुद ही अपने बेटे से बोल दी कि अभी फुल पैक अभी क्योंकि मार्केट नीचे अच्छी तो मार्केट खुल गई।
हाँ वो ब्रोकर भी कह रहा था कि इनके पास बहुत ज़्यादा है, कुछ लेके देखने के लिए
बहुत ही अच्छा।
औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम इन्ना अंज़लनाहु फ़ी लैलतिल क़द्र वमा अदराका मा लैलतुल क़द्र लैलतुल क़द्र खैरुम मिन अल्फ़ि शहर तनज़्ज़लुल मलाइकतु वर्रूहु फ़ीहा बिइज़्नि रब्बिहिम मिन कुल्लि अमरिन सलाम हिया हत्ता मत्लइल फ़ज्र सदक़ल्लाहुल अलिय्युल अज़ीम। हदीस किसा अन जाबिर इब्न अब्दुल्लाह अल-अंसारी अन फ़ातिमतु ज़हरा अलैहिस्सलाम बिन्ते रसूलुल्लाह अलैहि वालिहि क़ाला समिअतु फ़ातिमत अन्नहा क़ालत दख़ला अला अबी रसूलिल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वालिहि फ़ी बाज़िल अय्याम फ़क़ाल अस्सलामु अलैका या फ़ातिमा फ़क़ुल्तु व अलैकुस्सलाम क़ाला इन्नी उजिदु फ़ी बदनी ज़ुफ़न फ़क़ुल्तु लहू उइज़्ज़ुका बिल्लाहि या अबातहु मिनल दुफ़ी फ़क़ाला या फ़ातिमातु नीतीनी बिलकिसाइल यमानी फ़ग़तैनी बिही फ़अतैतुहु बिलकिसाइल यमानी फ़ग़तैतुहु बिही वसिरतु अंज़ुर इलैहि व इज़ा वजहु यतलू लहू कानहु बद्रु फ़ी लैलति तमामिही व कमालिही फमा कानत इल्ला साअतन व इज़ा बिवलिदिल हसनि क़द अक़बला व क़ाला अस्सलामु अलैका या उम्माहु फ़क़ुल्तु व अलैकुस्सलाम या क़ुर्रत ऐनी व सुमरत फ़ुआदी फ़क़ाला या उम्माहु इन्नी अशम्मु इंदकी राइहतन तय्यबतन कान्नहा राइहतु जद्दी रसूलुल्लाह फ़क़ुल्तु नअम इन्न जद्दका तहतल किसा फ़अक़बला अल-हसन नहवल किसा व क़ाला अस्सलामु अलैका या जद्दाहु या रसूलल्लाह अताज़नु ली अन उदख़ुल मअका तहतल किसा फ़क़ाला व अलैकुस्सलाम या वलदी व या साहिबी हौज़ी क़द अज़िनतु लका फ़दख़ल मअहु तहतल किसा फ़मा कानत इल्ला साअतन व इज़ा बिवलदिल हुसैन क़द अक़बला व क़ाला अस्सलामु अलैका या उम्माहु फ़क़ुल्तु व अलैकुस्सलाम या वलदी व या क़ुर्रत ऐनी व समरत फ़ुआदी फ़क़ाला ली या उम्माहु इन्नी अशम्मु इंदकी राइहतन तय्यबतन कान्नहा राइहतु जद्दी रसूलिल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वालिहि फ़क़ुल्तु नअम इन्न जद्दका व अख़ाका तहतल किसा फ़दनियल हुसैन नहवल किसा व क़ाला अस्सलामु अलैका या जद्दाहु अस्सलामु अलैका या इब्ना या मन अख़्तारल्लाहु अताज़िनु ली अन अकून मअकुमा तहतल किसा फ़क़ाला व अलैकुस्सलाम या वलदी व शाफ़िअ उम्मती क़द अज़िनतु लका फ़दख़ल मअहुमा तहतल किसा फ़अक़बला इंदा ज़ालिकल अबुल हसन अली इब्न अबी तालिब व क़ाला अस्सलामु अलैका या बिन्ते रसूलल्लाह फ़क़ुल्तु व अलैकुस्सलाम या अबल हसन व या अमीरुल मुअमिनीन फ़क़ाला या फ़ातिमतु इन्नी अशम्मु इंदकी राइहतन तय्यबतन कान्नहा राइहतु अख़ी व इब्नी उम्मी रसूलल्लाह फ़क़ुल्तु नअम हा हुवा मा वलदैका तहतल किसा फ़अक़बला अलीयुन नहवल किसा व क़ाला अस्सलामु अलैका या रसूलल्लाह अताज़नु ली अन अकून मअकुम तहतल किसा क़ाला लहू व अलैकुस्सलाम या अख़ी व या वसी व ख़लीफ़ती व साहिबा लिवाई क़द अज़िनतु लका फ़दख़ल अलीयुन तहतल किसा सुम्मा अतैतुहु नहवल किसा व क़ुल्तु अस्सलामु अलैका या अबातहु या रसूलल्लाह अताज़नु ली अन अकून मअकुम तहतल किसा क़ाला व अलैकुस्सलाम या बिन्ती व या बज़अती क़द अज़िनतु लका फ़दख़लतु तहतल किसा फ़लम्मा तमलना जमीअन तहतल किसा अख़ज़ा अबी रसूलल्लाह बतरा फ़िल कसा व वअवामी बियदिल युमना इल्ला समा वक़ाल अल्लाहुम्मा इन्ना हाउलाहि अहलु बैती व खासती व हामती लहमुहुम लहमी व दमहुम दमी युलिमुनी मा युलिमुहुम व यहज़ुनूनी मा यहज़ुनुहुम अन्ना हर्बुन लिमन हारबहुम व सिल्मुन लिमन सालमहुम व दुम्मुन लिमन आदहुम व मुहिब्बुन लिमन अहब्बहुम इन्नहु मिन्नी व अना मिनहुम फजल सलवातुका व बरकातिका व रहमतक व ग़ुफ़रानका व रिज़वानका अलैया व अलैहिम वज़हब अन्हुम रिज्सा व ताहिरुम तत्हीरा। फ़क़ाल अल्लाहु अज़्ज़ा व जल या मलाइकती व सुक्कानु समावाती इन्नी मा ख़लक़्तु समाअन मबनियतन वला अर्दन मदहियतन वला कमरन मनीरा वला शम्सन मज़ियतन वला फ़ल्कन यदूर वला बहरन यजरी वला फ़ुल्कन यसरी इल्ला फ़ी महब्बति हाउलाइ ख़म्सतिल लज़ीना हुम तहतल किसा फ़क़ाल अल अमीन जिब्राईल या रब्बी व मन तहतल किसा फ़क़ाल अज़्ज़ व जल हुम अहलु बैतिन नबुव्वा व मादिनुर रिसाला हुम फ़ातिमतु व अबूहा व बालुहा व बनुहा फ़क़ाल जिब्राईल या रब्बी अताज़नु लिअन अहबता इल्ला अल अर्द लियकुना माअहुम सादिसा फ़क़ाल अल्लाहु नाअम इन क़द अज़िनतु लका फ़हबतल अमीन जिब्राईल वक़ाल अस्सलामु अलैका या रसूलल्लाह अल अलियुल आला युक़रियुकल सलाम व यहसुकु तहिय्यतिल बिल इकराम व यक़ूलु लका व इज़्ज़ती व जलाली इन्नी मा ख़लक़्तु समाअन मबनियतन वला अर्दन मदहियतन वला कमरन मनीरा वला शम्सन मज़ियतन वला फ़ल्कन यदूर वला बहरन यजरी वला फ़ुल्कन यसरी लिल्ला लिअजलिकुम व महब्बातिकुम व क़द अज़िना लिअन अदख़ुला माअकुम फ़हल ताज़नु ली या रसूलल्लाह फ़क़ाल रसूलल्लाह वलैकुमुस्सलाम या अमीन वहियल्लाह इन्नहु कन्नाअम क़द अज़िनतु लका फ़दख़ल जिब्राईल मा अना तहतल किसा फ़क़ाल ली अबी इन्नल्लाह क़द औहा इलैकुम यक़ूल इन्नमा युरीदुल्लाहु लियुज़हिबा अन्कुमुर रिज्सा अहलल बैति व ताहिरकुम तत्हीरा। फ़क़ाल अलियुन लिअबी या रसूलल्लाह अख़बिरनी मा ली जलूसिना हाज़ा तहतल किसा मिनल फ़द्ल इन्दल्लाहि फ़क़ाल अन्नबी वल्लज़ी बअसनी बिलहक़्क़ि नबिय्यन वस्तफ़ानी बिर्रिसालति नजिय्यन मा ज़ुकिरा ख़बरुना हाज़ा फ़ी महफ़िलिन मिन महाफ़िल अहलिल अर्द व फ़ीही जमीउन मिन शिय्यतिना व मुहिब्बीना इल्ला व नज़लत अलैहिमुर रहमा व हफ़्फ़त बिहिमुल मलाइकतु वस्तग़फ़रत लहुम इल्ला अन यतफ़र्रक़ू फ़क़ाल अलियुन इज़न वल्लाहि फ़ुज़ना व फ़ाज़ा शिय्यतुना व रब्बिल कअबा फ़क़ाल अन्नबिय्यु सानिया या अलिय्यु वल्लज़ी बअसनी बिलहक़्क़ि नबिय्यन वस्तफ़ानी बिर्रिसालति नजिय्यन मा ज़ुकिरा ख़बरुना हाज़ा मिन महाफ़िल अहलिल अर्द व फ़ीही जमीउन मिन शिय्यतिना व मुहिब्बीना व फ़ीहिम मअमूमुन इल्ला व फ़रजल्लाहु हम्महु वला महमूमन इल्ला व कशफ़ल्लाहु ग़म्महु व वला तालिबुल हाजतन इल्ला व क़दियल्लाहु हाजता फ़क़ाल अलियुन इज़न वल्लाहि फ़ुज़ना व सुइदना व कज़ालिका शिय्यतुना फ़ाज़ू व सुइदू फ़िद दुनिया वल आख़िरा व रब्बिल कअबा।
recite the Fatiha and 3 times Surah Ikhlas for Marhoom Sayyid Jamshed Raza, son of Sayyid Iqbal Raza. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، شفيع المذنبين ورحمة العالمين، سيدنا ونبينا وشفيعنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله الحكيم في كتابه المبين وهو أصدق الصادقين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. في بيوت أذن الله أن ترفع ويذكر فيها اسمه يسبح له فيها بالغدو والآثال. The ayat of Surah Nur, in which Allah is mentioning that Allahu Nur Samawati wal Ards, the Nur of Allah, the light of Allah. And he gives an example of the light, and then he says that Fi buyutin, this light is in those houses, adhan Allahu an turfa. For those houses, Allah has permitted them to be raised high, elevated. وَيُذْكَرْ فِيهَا اسْمُهُ, and Allah has given the permission that His name should be mentioned in those houses. يُسَبِّحُ لَهُ, and Allah is praised and Allah is glorified in these houses bil-ghuduwi wal-asal, during the mornings and during the evenings. When this ayat was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ, some of the companions asked the Prophet as to which are these houses which have been elevated and which are high. And the Prophet responded and said, these are the Buyutul Anbiya. These are the houses of the prophets. And then Abu Bakr stood up and he said, Ya Rasulullah, is this house, pointing towards the house of Imam Ali and Fatima salamullahi alayha, he asked, is this house also included? So in response, Rasulullah said, Afdaluhun. This house is Afdal and more excellent than those houses of the Anbiya. This is the house of Fatima Zahra Salamullah, for which the Aima alayhi salam have said that it is Mahbatul Malaika, the house in which the Malaika descended. And it is also the house of Wahi, a house in which the revelation of Allah had been sent. The house which is Yutahhirakum Tathira, the house which is very pure. Everyone in this house is pure in such a manner that Allah introduces this family, saying that Hum Fatima wa Abuha wa Ba'luha wa Banuha. This is Fatima, this is her father, and her husband and her children. And before that, he says, Ma'adenun Nabuwa. This house is Ma'aden Nabuwa, the mine of prophethood. Prophets cannot be prophet without the ma'rifat of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salatu wassalam. Ala ma'rifatiha daratil qurun al-ula. All the preceding Anbiya, their risalat and their prophethood is based on the ma'rifat of Fatimatu Zahra. The ma'rifat means to recognize the Ahlul Bayt in the real meaning, not just recognizing them by name or by their family, but what they have, the qualities which they have. And usually it is very important that a messenger who has been sent by someone should be according to the status of that person. For example, the ambassador of Pakistan cannot be an ordinary person. He should be gifted with some things, and that is, first of all, knowledge. Does he have that knowledge? And the second thing is speech. And the third thing is the trust that he is not going to change anything. He should be honest, he should be trustworthy, and he should be a person who can speak for the sake of the country, Pakistan. And he should also have the knowledge of the entire system in Pakistan. You cannot just make anyone an ambassador. If I send an ordinary person to go and become an ambassador, he will not be able to represent me. And here Allah is sending His Sufara or Payghambar, or Allah is sending His messengers, and these messengers in their speech, in their action, should reflect the sifat of Allah. They should reflect the attributes of Allah. Their way of speech should be such that when they speak, the words coming out of their mouth should not only be their words, but Allah should say that these are my words. Coming, وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. And these are the people who have not studied on the earth. They have not gone to any school. They have not gone to any colleges. And they have great books. For example, Rasulullah left behind the Quran, and Imam Ali alayhi salam left behind the Quran as well as the Nahjul Balagha. Any person who reads these books is going to say that it's not an ordinary person who has left this. You cannot call him a ummi in the meaning of ignorant. You cannot say he is ignorant. You cannot even say that he is unlearned. No. Unlettered. No. These are not at all the words. You can only say that he is someone who has been gifted with knowledge. And all those who have come to this world from the Anbiya and from the Aimma alayhimus salam and from the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, they did not have any teacher other than Allah Himself or Jibreel, who came down to him with the message of Allah. Amongst all of these, Allah had also sent revelations to those people who were not Anbiya. They were not Anbiya, and they were not prophets, they were not Imams, but they received the inspiration and the wahi. Just like the mother of Musa alayhi salam. Awhayna ila Musa. We revealed or inspired the mother of Musa. And we also consoled her. Or Maryam salamullahi alayha. Even an angel was sent down. Jibreel came down to her. And she was gifted with Isa alayhi salatu wasalam without a husband. And the third occasion is where you have Musa alayhi salam, a great prophet, ulul azm paygambars, and he has been instructed by Allah to go and learn from Khidr. Khidr, according to the Quran, it's not mentioned in the Quran that he is a Nabi. It's the words of the Quran are فَوَجَدَ عَبْدًا. Both Musa and Yusha ibn Nun, they found Abdan. What is the quality of this Abd? Abdan min ibadina atainahu rahmatan. We had given him rahmat. And the second thing is min indina wa allamnahu min ladunna ilma. And we have gifted him with knowledge from us. So this gifted knowledge is being received by Khidr alayhi salam, and Musa has been instructed to go and learn from him. And when Musa alayhi salatu wasalam goes, I do not want to go into the details. The only thing is, Khidr is living next to the Abe Hayat. Our children usually are very scientific. So, what is Abe Hayat? Abe Hayat is a water that if you drink it, you are going to be alive. You are going to be alive. And this was Bahrain. This is a river which is there. And the only thing over there is how to recognize the living place of Khidr was that Musa and Yusha ibn Nun traveled to that place with a fish. And this fish was roasted, okay? This was not a fish ready to eat. And they were there, and on the way they had to rest. So they rested next to the river on a stone. So Yusha, who was carrying the fish, he placed the fish on the stone, on the rock, and suddenly the sprinkle of the water, running water, fell onto the fish. And the fish became alive and went into the river. Yusha ibn Nun said, okay, something happened. He did not mention anything to Musa. They started to move again. Musa got hungry and said, take out that food which we have brought, let us eat. Yusha ibn Nun said, I don't have it. Said, what happened? Said, I placed it on the rock and suddenly the water fell on it and it went away into the river, alive. Now that is the place where we have to be. So they came back and there was Khidr alayhi salam. And Khidr, Musa asked Khidr to teach him. Khidr said, you are not going to be patient. Lan tastati'a ma'iyya sabri. Patience is very important. At school, in salat, in religion, everywhere you go, patience is a must. How much patience Musa has, you know that. He dealt with this community, which you have seen now, which you are hearing about. He dealt with that community. How much sabr he had, you can just imagine. They even wanted Musa to give them an idol like Firaun, the people of Firaun, as a god. Make for us a god. These are the people. So anyway, so Musa being Sabir and being Ulul Azm, a great prophet, yet he had to ask Khizr to teach him, and Khizr in response says, you do not have that sabr which will be able to achieve my knowledge. He said, okay, there is one condition, and if I do not be patient, I will leave you. Said, okay. So the first thing they had to do, across a river, and there was a boat. They both sat in the boat to cross over to the other side, and Khizr made a hole in it. Musa could not take it. He said, why did you just make a hole in a new boat? You have your... Khizr said, didn't I tell you that you will not be able to be patient? So many a times you do that, right, after the parents. Why did you do this? The parents know what they are doing. So anyway, so Khizr, Musa again said, oh no, I'm sorry, I will be patient the next time. They were hungry, they were really hungry now. They went to a house and they wanted some food, and the people in the house, they shut the door on their face and rejected them. Musa and Khizr were coming out of that house. They found the wall of the house falling down. So Khizr told Musa, let us put this wall right. So all hungry, and they are working, and they worked, and they straightened the wall and established it. Now Musa could not bear it anymore. He was hungry, and Khizr had made him do work. And now he said, if you would have liked, you could have asked those people to give you some salary, or what do you call it, a compensation for erecting the wall. Khizr looked at him and said, I told you, you will not be patient with me. Musa said, give me a last chance. And that last chance, if I don't be patient, then haza firaqi baini wa bain. This will be separation between you and me. Only 3. They went a little bit further. A very young, youthful boy came in front of Khizr. Khizr took out his sword. He killed him. Musa could not take it now. Why did you kill a person, an innocent person who has not committed any crime, and you just killed him? So Khizr said, no, this is a separation between you and me. Musa now asked Khizr the reason for his actions. And Khizr tells him the reasons, that there is a king who takes away all the new boats from these sailors who are very poor. So I made a hole in the boat so that the king would not take it. The second thing is the house, the people rejected us. The wall, under the wall there was a treasure for 2 orphans. If the wall would have fallen, the treasure would be exposed and stolen. So I erected the wall again. And the boy whom I killed, I know that he would be a very terrible son. He would deviate his parents from the right path. So I killed him so that his parents will have a better progeny. And no doubt, these 2 parents had a daughter who was married to a prophet. So these 3 things, so we come to a conclusion that if Allah wants, He will give knowledge, but with one condition, and that is, you should be able to bear it. If you are not able to bear, Allah will not give. And the most sabir of all the people is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And after Rasulullah, the most sabir is Fatimatu Zahra and Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasallam. Sayyidus Sabirin. and the daughter of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Zainab Kubra salamullahi alayha. She has been tested for her sabr. Sabr at the martyrdom of her grandfather, Rasulullah, martyrdom of her mother, Fatima Zahra, martyrdom of Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, and then the martyrdom of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. And she was already tested. And whoever is tested for the sabr, Allah grants them with knowledge. We are sure that Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam had the gifted knowledge with him. He did not achieve that knowledge. He got the gift from Allah. And Imam Ali alayhi salam is also a manifestation of the sifat of Allah. Not to the extent of wujub, but to the extent of imkan. He is a mother. And one of the sifat of Allah is murid. Murid means who intends to do something, it happens. إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا أَن يَقُولَ لَهُ كُن فَيَكُن. Whenever he intends to do something, he doesn't need to say kun, that is for us to understand. It happens immediately. She gave it to Imam Ali. Alayhi salam. And said, Ya Ali, I cannot see so much of hunger and so much of faqr in the house. So I've made this. Please sell it in the market and get something. Imam Ali alayhi salam appreciated her. Said, Raza, this is something very good. From where did you learn it? How to make gold? You have made gold, pure gold. Said, I have learned it from Africa and this is how I have made it. So I know. Then Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam showed her in the earth the treasure of gold and silver. Said, Ya Fidda, if we would have wanted, we could have taken this. But I'm not going to reject your gold. Just put it there so that Imam Asr ajalallahu farajahu sharif. So the irada, whenever the intent, immediately it happens. So here again you have Fatima Zahra salamullahi alayha. She just said that I'm going to pray against you and I'm going to open my head and pray. That is the way you pray. So the walls of Masjid Nabawi started to raise. This is the irada. And these are the people who are being manifested. It is not necessary that Zainab Kubra salamullahi alayha should learn word by word from the knowledge of Imam Ali alayhi salam. No. The irada of Ali itself could make Fatima, Zainab Kubra, alima ghair al-muallama. Just the irada, murid. Imam Ali is murid. So when Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam says that, Ya ammati, oh aunt, anti alimatun bihamdillah alimatun ghair al-muallama. You are an alima, you are a knowledgeable person without being taught. What is the meaning? Did Allah send wahi on her? No. She is knowledgeable because she is from the irada of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. She has to hold a position which needs gifted knowledge. None of the other ladies have. Kulsum is her own sister. But Imam Zainul Abidin has never said she is alima ghair muallama. The words I use only for Zainab Kubra. Ante Fahimatun ghairun mufahama. Irada has been given. Why? Because she has to be a deputy of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. Never in the history of Islam has a lady been a deputy. No. The only person who has been a deputy is Zainab Kubra salamullahi alayha. Even Imam Muhammad Taqi alayhi salatu wassalam has said these words that my sister Hakima is going to take care of the things after me, and he presented a dalil and a proof. Just like Hussain alayhi salam had made his sister a deputy in Karbala, I am deputizing my sister Hakima. And when you become a deputy of a Nabi or a Imam, you should have the knowledge. And you have to have the speech. And also you should know what is going to be the future. It is Zainab Kubra salamullahi alayha. She spoke in the presence of Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad, La'natullah alayhima, and then she spoke in front of Yazid. Not only does she have the fasahat and eloquence of Imam Ali alayhi salam, she has the bravery and valor of Imam Ali alayhi salam. She has the sobriety of Khadijatul Kubra salamullah. She has the awe of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And here in front of Yazid, you know that Yazid is not an ordinary king. He's a tyrant king, he's a zalim, he has just killed her brother and 72 companions. He has imprisoned her, captivated them, and brought them from Karbala to Kufa and then to Sham. And yet this great lady, when she stands before him, she doesn't call him Amir, or she doesn't call him king. Said, Ya Yazid. In Arabs, usually you don't take the first name. If you want to give someone honor, they mention the kunya. Kunya is the epithet. For example, Shahid is here. If I want to give him more honor, I'm going to say Abu Ali. Abu Ali means the father of her. She doesn't mention the kunya over here. Yazid, Ya Yazid. And then to that tyrant, she is saying these words. Yabnat Tolaqa. You are the son of Tolaqa. Tolaqa are those slaves who have been freed. So in Fateh Makkah, Abu Sufyan and Muawiyah and all the others were imprisoned by the Mu'mineen, by the Muslims. And Rasulullah freed them. So Zainab reminds Yazid that you are Yabnat Tulaqa. And the second thing she says is, Asir Sa'yak. Try how much you can. Wakit kaidak. And plan as much as you can. La tamhu zikrana. You are never going to erase our remembrance. How true. That till today we remember the Karbala and the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam. Wala tumit wahiyana. Our wahi, the Quran, is never going to die. And then she says one thing, and that is, you as well as those who have put you in this position are going to face Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on the day of judgment. So she doesn't just tell about Yazid, she also tells about those people who preceded Yazid. And then the most beautiful thing is that she calls Yazid Aqilatul Akbar, Ibn Aqilatul Akbar, the son of the one who had tried to chew onto the liver of Hamza. That is his mother, Hind. And one thing more I'll tell you today, these words cannot be spoken by you to any ordinary person. She said, Yazid, it is because of the circumstances that I'm standing before you and speaking to you. You are not so prestigious that I should speak to you. She lowers him to the lowest. And she's not doing this in a private conversation. She is doing this in the palace of Yazid among the elites. And Yazid could not say anything. That you are not a person to whom a noble person like me will speak. And she reminded Yazid of the whole events of Karbala, one after another, and she also recited the ayat of the Quran. Now, last thing, when Imam Hussain ﷺ was martyred, and Zainul Abidin ﷺ was very sorrowful, by looking at his face, Zainab said, I'm looking at you as if your soul will come out of your body. So Zainul Abidin ﷺ said, Oh aunt, can't you see? These people had buried their impure souls, impure bodies. But the body of my father is lying on the bare sand without kafan. To console Zainul Abidin, these are the words of Zainab Salamullahi Alaiha. The summary of these words, that don't worry, there is in the near future going to be a grave over here and a beautiful shrine on top of it. And people from far distances would come to visit and do the ziyarat of your father. Today, that future you can see, not one, not two, 22 million to 24 million people go for the ziyarat of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. They don't drive to the shrine of Imam, they walk to the shrine of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And there is no doubt, every step towards the shrine of Imam Hussain alayhi salam gives reward. Zainab Kubra Salamullahi Alaiha was not only the Wasiya, the deputy of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, she was also the protector of Imamat. She protected Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam at three main occasions. She protected his life from Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad. She protected his life twice from Yazid ibn Muawiyah. You know that Imam, if he's not there on the earth, the hadith of Rasulullah says, Lawla al-Imam lasakhat al-arz bi-ahliha. If the Imam would not be there, the earth would be ruined with all its people. So in fact, Zainab is not only protecting Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, she is also protecting the whole earth, the universe, through her actions. My salutes and my salam and my salawat on this great lady who, if followed by men and women, are going to become courageous, forbearing, patient, May Allah bless us all through Zainab Kubra Salamullahi alayha. Oh Allah, by the grace of Zainab Kubra Salamullahi alayha, fulfill the hajat of all the Marhoomin. Elevate the position of all the Marhoomin in Jannah. Oh Allah, by the grace of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad, by the grace of Zainab Kubra Salamullahi alayha, give these children of ours true belief, faith, and also success in this world as well as the akhirah. Oh Allah, by the grace of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad, hasten the zuhur of Imam Asr Ajalallahu Farajahu Sharif and make us one of his companions.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
For Muhammad Ali Muhammad Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
बरसी के जितना शायर हैं ये एक हिंदू शायर थे, उन्होंने 1930 में लिखा था और बाद में वो शिया हो गए थे। उनका नाम गुलाम हुसैन रखा था उन्होंने, बहुत मशहूर, आप शामिल गरीबों में सुनते ही हैं। ओ भैया तुम्हें घर जा के कहाँ अब इसको घबराएगी वो घर जाके किसे देखेगी कासिम है ना अकबर से भी है वो अपने अली असगर को कहाँ पाएगी ज़ैनब घबराएगी ज़ैनब। एक सूरह फातिहा सैयद जमशेद रज़ा वल सैयद रज़ा वीडियो